How are you guys?
Hey Perry, hey Chris. Hope everybody had a good weekend. Thank you everyone for bearing with me last week. I don't know if it was obvious enough, but we had a snowpocalypse in Austin, Texas, and I know some folks in Dallas and Houston got hit too, but we lost a ton of trees and power and heat and water and finally have power back in our neighborhood, but are still without Wi-Fi. So I'm hopping from place to place today, but just appreciate the patience, everyone. Can't can't predict some of this crazy weather here in Austin, but appreciate everyone being open to rescheduling to Monday. It was a little wild last week. I have to apologize to the whole team because we had no power, no heat, no water, and no school or
Oh my
childcare
God.
for a whole week, which was just a whole new challenge.
I
I had
know.
lots of children on lots of calls. So thank you, Ashley, Vanessa, Riley,
Yeah.
everyone for
Oh
dealing
my
with
God.
it.
It feels tone deaf, but I've been watching The Last of Us and it's all like surviving a fungi zombie apocalypse. And I'm sending gifts to Chelsea. Like, is this you right now? Like fighting off zombies and making your water rations last. But
It felt like
are things
yeah,
starting to look
yeah,
up?
it's much better now. And it was like in the 70s this weekend. Austin is so crazy. It can be in the 30s and sleeting and all the power going out one day and then literally 3 or 4 days later be in the 60s and 70s and sunny and beautiful. So it's fine. We just don't have the infrastructure for
Feels
it.
so good.
It's a bummer.
Yeah. Freaking ERCOT markets. It's the
Exactly. The
ERCOT
energy
market.
here is abysmal, honestly. But happy to be back.
This sucks me right back to my prior to Web3 world when all we were studying was Texas grid infrastructure for power deals. So
I
it took me
forgot that you
right
did
back.
that, Ash.
But glad you're here with
I
us.
forgot that you did that. Yeah, you're actually more of
I
a
know.
Texas energy expert than I am.
So funny. Oh, it takes you right back. Well, excited to start Monday morning with everybody. Thank you for accommodating an Our Planet live adjustment going forward. These will always remain on Thursdays, but Chelsea and I did want to share some of this with you. And as you obviously heard, Chelsea was fighting and surviving with kids, amongst many other elements. And yeah, so appreciate everyone making some time adjustments. But this is recorded; it will be shared out so we can blast this out to the full community. Um, and yeah, excited that everyone is here. We start every one of these Our Planet lives with some market takes and others. This was a flurry of activity this weekend. If you were online, you know in some of the areas that we're talking about. I think important. We want to collect our thoughts and share some of our experiences raising hundreds of millions of dollars in different varieties of spaces. And we'd love to take a chance to do that this upcoming Thursday. So we'll spare all of you a broader discussion now, and we could hold on to that for Thursday because I think there's some key lessons and things that I think we can share and insights on just how business has operated for us in the past.
Yeah.
Chelsea, anything to add to maybe that?
No, I think you cut out a little bit there, Ash. I don't know if it was the same for everyone else, but
Apologies.
like you said, I think we've got a unique position that we're sitting in, having raised hundreds of millions of dollars and deployed hundreds of millions of dollars, whether that's in marketing budgets or in investments. And there's a lot of learnings I think that can be applied to events of over the weekend, and of course oriented around progress, not perfection. But we'll have more thoughts to share and a full debrief on market on Thursdays like we usually do, and are excited to dig into it with you all.
Awesome. And then the second, because I know I'm going to turn this over mostly to you, Chels. The second, thank you to everyone for entering our contest for the 3D animation trailer, submitting your Wanderers. We have been blown away by these entries. It's so fun to see everyone taking part in this, and the quality of the animations and the concepts and storyboarding that Rita and his team have done. We could not be more excited to see Our Planet come to life. So I think Chelsea and team, through a couple of different unbiased processes, have found our top three. Is that
Yes,
right,
it's so
Chelsea?
hard. There's so many good submissions, so
Top
many.
three candidates. I know, and so many you want to root for just to show up in 3D if you're doing it. These submissions are with Rita right now from over the weekend, and we are just waiting. We're on a slightly different time zone construct for him to be the tie-breaking vote. So excited to share the winner, which will be on Twitter. We'll announce it on Twitter in the next day or so as soon as we hear back. But these top three are killer. We're excited to see this. And then the trailer is already being developed, and we'd expect this to be shared in the coming weeks.
Beautiful.
Perfect. Perfect. All right. So we had a fun sneak peek that I'm dying at some of the people in this audience that like immediately screen grab
Can you
and
tell?
isolate images and I know. Hunt for, I don't know why we try to
I
even
know.
pretend we're going to blur and make anything go fast. We knew it was going to happen. It just happened so fast. So I'm really excited and thankful for those that participated in logo contests, logo concepts, those of you that are in our inner circles, which if you have not heard of, stay tuned. You'll be hearing from Hawaii Marine Life soon. But really informing some of the, brand revamp and direction that our planet's taking. And we could not be more excited, I think, to share where some of this has evolved. The presentation we're about to share with you is actually brought to you by an Our Planet holder, a group that actually has their own studio and design agency through Airwalk. So huge props to Peter and team. He's actually even a Calgary boy, so lives not too far from me. And yeah, I had a chance to review some of their proposals along with everybody else's, and such a talented group. So very excited about bringing them into the Our Planet ecosystem and what they can develop, which Chelsea, I think, anchoring in some of our North Star mission, vision, our whys, and then what this, brand identity is going to do for all of us, I think is going to be a game
Yeah.
changer this year. So excited
And
to bring
I
this
think
up.
I
Go
think
ahead,
we
Chelsea.
also heard feedback loud and clear from the community that maybe the brand and the positioning wasn't as clear as we'd like it to be, and our comms weren't as clear as they would like it to be. And to me, that always comes back to what is your brand infrastructure, and what do you believe, and what's your mission, and how are you articulating that in ways that people can really understand and relate to, and be able to express the brand themselves if they want to. And that, like we said, that's part of the reason that everyone holds the rights to their PFPs. So before we dig in, I'll just caveat that I think partially because we've been in emerging tech for so long, and also because we're living in a digital age that will continue to be more and more immersive, we have some unifying beliefs. And one of those core ones is that we believe that technology exists to empower people to create and co-create a better world. And so because of that, our purpose is to find, equip, and empower the next generation of creators, entrepreneurs, investors. We are conscious hustlers through and through, and live that out, I feel like, in our daily lives. And the way that we're accomplishing this is by creating three distinct divisions, which is RP Productions, or Our Planet as we experience it today. And in the future, we'll roll out our Planet University, and you've seen some sneak peeks of that in the past through Learn Good Shit Week and some of the weeks that we focused on helping empower people from a mental health perspective. And then finally, of course, our labs, which y'all are somewhat familiar with, but there will be more and more innovation coming out of that space as well. And Our Planet and Productions and brand side is what we believe is the world's first decentralized and impact focused edutainment brand. That's a jargon word that means both entertainment and education, because the themes of sustainability or blockchain or AI or how to create a more inclusive and just world, those are all really complex themes. And so we believe that it takes an entertaining and interesting story to be able to get people to really hone in and understand and focus on what do these narratives mean and how can they apply them to their own lives. So that focus will be on creating entertaining and educational narratives that again focus on teaching our generation and the next generation of conscious hustlers. So that's just sort of the prequel to this brand strategy and deck, and we're really excited to co-create with you all.
Yeah.
Ash, anything that you want to add to that, or want to keep jumping in?
No, I mean, and not to get too far fetched, but like you've heard us talk about, we've always been a Web 2.5 brand, really focused on how do we onboard the next wave. And I think building a trusted brand, literally taking the words out of your mouth from like 2 weeks ago, Chelsea. I think this is a smart avenue. You know, a lot will lean into newsletters and long form education. It's, you know, we want to kind of triage how we're reaching people where they're at, and some may be interested in blockchain, may be interested in tokens, may be interested in just sustainability. And this is, you know, a bridge, if you will, to try and connect to other people and kind of just bring them into the fold of what it means to be an Our Planet Wanderer, a citizen of this planet that we're building in a very non-threatening, fun, edutainment way. And I think that's going to be key, just as others are, you know, beginning to dabble again in this space or come back or are first, you know, interested in the first place. And so really trying to set a strong foundation for some major onboarding plans that we're bringing to fruition this year. So with that, maybe we jump right in, Chels.
But a big premise from our perspective also is that we only have one shot. We've got one life, one body, one planet. And so through both blockchain technology and the goals that we have from an impact perspective, we believe that it's time for us to collectively take control and shift reality. And so that weaves its way into the narratives, and we're excited to share more of that soon. But it's something that's core to our beliefs as well. So here's our new logo. We're so excited about this. We've gone through lots of iterations, lots and lots of iterations, drawing inspiration, as we've mentioned before in the past, from Captain Planet, from even like X-Men, Guardians of the Galaxy, The Matrix, the Magic School Bus from an edutainment perspective. But for me, you know, I come from an actual art history, creative advertising, and studio art background back in school days, and actually grew up with a paintbrush in my hand. And from a visual identity perspective, all of us collectively, Ash, Rye, when we were building this together, were really drawn to retrofuturism, because that nostalgia and that ability to recall, you know, our collective past, and also think about the future in ways that are as exciting and allows us to make real change, is really the inspiration behind this logo. So retrofuturism through and through, and just excited to see our planet everywhere from a brand perspective. We have some explorations here that we'll show to you. Some of them are already in progress, and won't share how far along they are because we like to do a little bit of surprise and delight here. And others are executions that we've nodded to in the past, and so we're excited to share more of those with you.
These just one funny aside, because I do not come from this creative artistic side, as I'm sure most of you can guess. It took me a full day and a half to even notice the planet in the middle. My entire team got it immediately, and I was like, holy shit, there's a planet hidden. And I was 2 days late, 2 days late to the party. My partner noticed almost immediately. So just the hints at that. And the other cool, you know, nod here is the reflective R and backwards R, really playing that up. We'll have some additional brand guidelines coming out to these communities, to our community, excuse me, whether you're in the inner circle or different ambassador advocate programs. And that's, you know, a slight nod to the alternate universe, alternate reality that we think we can build. So really leaning into it. So again, very thoughtful work from Airwalk Studios, and love the direction that they take. Thank you, Perry, for the shout out. I'm glad you like it. Yeah, exactly. I brought up the FedEx logo. That's exactly right. Acting like I was completely on top of it, completely embarrassing myself. So this is now the new logo. We are making additional improvements to our entire socials, both on Twitter, Discord, LinkedIn, which we are initiating our presence there. You've seen us on Instagram, so there will be a revamp launched. The website will take longer, so you will see this reflected in our social pages first, and then a website revamp later in the quarter. Awesome.
We've already talked about
I already
this.
kind of
Yeah.
touched on that. Cool. All right.
Okay, so we wanted to share different explorations from a visual perspective. We've talked a little bit about wink wink spirits. We've been exploring with a partner, third party partner, with alcoholic and non-alcoholic beverages, and we've always kind of shared that we're a Web 2.5 community, and that being so because so many folks from a Web 2 perspective may or may not be comfortable with purchasing a token, but we still want them to be part of our community as we grow over time. So extensions like alcoholic beverages or non-alcoholic beverages are great from a extension perspective and ability to reach new audiences, but also as a way to come together and celebrate. So we'll be really excited to roll this out in the near future and expect that there will be lots of virtual experiences where we can gather and share and get to know each other even better, and do that over a alcoholic or non-alcoholic beverage. And yeah, we're just excited to share together and bring our planet and our branding that we're now so proud of to the rest of the world.
Perfect.
So some mock-ups for y'all too. I know
Oh, let me see here.
so many folks in our community are incredibly artistically talented themselves. So we are sharing some guidelines in terms of what's the best way for you to express your PFP that still sort of feels like an extension of the core brand. And of course, we want everyone to be able to be empowered to put their own spin on their PFP. I think it's Future Sites, who specifically has done some amazing work with DALI from an AI perspective, but wanted to share guidelines here and how your PFP can show up in the world and how it might show up for an event or an experience. And would love for y'all to be able to extend in your own communities locally as well. So we'll share more of these assets and materials with y'all in whatever formats are best for you.
Mm-hmm.
Same thing with stickers that are coming soon. We're really excited about these stickers, badges. I think we have a patch in here somewhere as well. Ash, is that the next one? Yes, one of our very
Yeah,
favorites.
the
Retro
rare.
futurism vibes for sure. Patches that can be on merchandise, or you could put on anything else that you'd like to as well. And yeah, allow us to represent our planet and be advocates together for extending and building the brand and the community together.
Yeah, I'm loving it. I saw on the weekend, or when this was like already kind of leaked out after Vanessa's tweet, I think people were getting hyped at the idea of the jean jacket. Rye Fries on our team has been working hard on our merch collaborations and making sure we're narrowing what our chapter one season will look like. But we are such 90s kids, not all of us. So really loving some of the jackets, the jean jackets, the windbreakers and stuff. So thank you to those that have been participating in some of the community polls and feedback on just how this will come to fruition. There will likely be some final conversations happening with a few of you, led by Hawaii Marine Life, just to make sure we've got that right as far as chapter one. And so, really excited to start putting our planet everywhere. And again, underpinned by we want to highlight sustainable brands, sustainable companies, those that have strong CSR, diversity policies, and others. So, again, mission and values aligned with everything it means to be our planet. And hoping that we can highlight a number of these companies and groups to you. Thanks again to Perry, even being one of the first community members to give a shout out to another company, making sure it's on our radar and attention. Not everything needs to be big box stores or massive brands. We love highlighting some entrepreneurs and other business builders that are maybe more localized or not widely known. So please keep those coming. If there's some alignment and overlap, we'd love to find ways to feature at just some point here in the future. But yeah, really excited about this new direction, and you'll start to see more of the revamp. And again, it was just important to us to make sure we're following through with comms, our North Star, making sure that things get clear for all of you to be able to amplify this. We've been so humbled and impressed with the initiatives people are taking, both in the Twitter groups and on Discord. And it's just on us to make sure everyone has a very clear understanding of what we're all trying to build. And then we'd love to just get out of the way and amplify this and make our planet brand everything we think it can be for both Web3 and in the planet. So excited about this first piece being unlocked, and then it's only fuel on this fire, I think, going forward.
Beautifully said. I think just in summary, we'll share the rest of this brand deck out as we finalize over the coming days. But yes, so important for us to equip the community, but just so important for us to articulate ourselves from a brand architecture comms perspective and a visual identity perspective. I mean, that's what sets brands apart and promotes differentiation and will allow us to scale from Web3 to Web2 to every type of extension that we can imagine. So making sure that we had a unified brand, both visually and from a comms and architecture perspective, is really important. So thanks for the patience as we hustled to sort of redo the brand in the first month of 2023. And so excited to hear your thoughts and feedback and see what you do with it as well. And again, we'll be sharing out that full brand deck in the coming days here, and we'll be looking for thoughts and feedback around collaborations, extensions, etc.
Yeah, that's perfectly said. Yeah, I don't want to drag this on. I think we can wrap it up. But yeah, the idea of the brand deck for all of you is we've seen so many good ideas kind of floating. This is not a hierarchy structure by any means in our mind. The dream is that people are coming with their ideas of their own, ways to connect with other communities, spaces that we should hold, places that we should show up, festivals we should sponsor. Like, the idea is, once I think everybody has that unifying understanding of just does it mean to be a citizen of our planet? What does it mean from a logo, branding, tagline, all of these things? Everyone feels empowered to generate ideas, step forward, raise your hand, initiate something, and we're here and happy to support. So speak up, please. If not out loud on any of these Twitter or Discord groups, Hawaii Marine, Vanessa, Ryan, all of us are here, even just on one-on-one, just for some ideas on anything that we can be doing to, make this the project I think everybody wants to be a part of for 2023. I think this is going to be a standout year. So really excited to do this with you. That's it for me.
Okay, we said we'd wrap in 20 to 30. We're right in the middle of that, but we'll look forward to connecting with everybody again on Thursday. Have a wonderful Monday. Hopefully you have power, water, heat, and Wi-Fi.
Your
Oh
basic
my
needs
goodness.
met.
I didn't realize it was so addicted and dependent, but looking forward to connecting with you all this week.
Yes, awesome. A couple of community events happening, normal spaces being Monday and Wednesday, and then Our Planet Live for this Thursday, which we will do heavier approach, as we already outlined at the beginning, on just capital raising practices and things that we have found success in. Other than that, yeah, join where you can. If not, we'll look for you all in Discord or Twitter. Have a good day, guys.
Thanks, y'all.